because I believe that the more that I know who I am, I'll know what my purpose, my mission is in this world. What I am to do comes out of the overflow of who I am to be. And who I am to be is so much about what is on the inside of me. The problem, though, is that we live in a world that judges people, that categorizes people, that sees people based on what is on them, not what is in them. I've been on this journey of discovering what is in me, and part of that is by discovering more and more my family tree. On my mom's side, I am discovering more about who I am through my family tree. I can trace my family tree on my mom's side through my grandfather back to a man, his grandfather, who was full-blooded Irish. And he married a woman in Alabama who was half black and half white. Oh my goodness, I'm discovering who I am. I really get into it now. I mean, I'm Irish. I drink green Kool-Aid on St. Patrick's Day. I'm Irish. Also, though, my grandfather's father, the son of this Irish man and this woman who was half African American and half white in the culture, they had a son, my grandfather's dad, who was so fair-skinned he could pass for white. And so in Jim Crow segregation, there were times when he would be hanging out in the black community and walking around the black community, his community, and the police would stop him and say, "What are you doing here? You need to go back to your community, our community." And he would yell, "I am a black man." And then they would take him to jail. And this would reoccur on many weekends, especially when he was coming from the bar. Now, he's in my family tree. He is in me. He married a woman who was Haitian and Cherokee Indian. This is in me. I'm Cherokee Indian. I'm Haitian. I am Irish. I am African American. I am Anglo. This is in me. It's part of who I am. Does it have anything to do with who I am to be in this world? Now, also, I have found that through my grandmother on my mother's side, we can trace our family tree back to a woman named Lizzie. A black woman, an African-American woman, who was the first free woman that we know through my grandmother's bloodline. Her parents would have been slaves. She was free. She was a Christian. She is in me. She is part of who I am. Now, when it goes to my dad's side of the family, it gets a little tricky because, yes, there are African Americans there. That makes total sense to me. But there's also a man that I'm related to through my dad's side of the family named William Smith. William Billy Smith is a former governor of Virginia. He's also one that fought in the Confederate Army in my family. He was also a member with high rank in the Ku Klux Klan. That's my bloodline. That's my family. How am I to figure out who I am to be when slaves and Irish people and Haitians and Cherokee Indians and members of the Ku Klux Klan are flowing through me? I am a multi-ethnic, multicultural human being in this world, but yet the matrix of race says I am merely black. I don't mean that like I'm ashamed of being black, because I'm not. I don't mean that because I feel guilty about being black, because I don't. I mean, I sometimes listen to James Brown's song, "Say It Loud, I'm black and I'm proud." But the problem is, sisters and brothers, is that there is a social matrix known as race. And in this box, in this framework, in this social matrix, people are characterized, valued, undervalued, marginalized, or propped up purely on what is on them, not what is in them. And so I walk through a mall, and if I'm not dressed a certain way, based on what's on me, people think things about me. Sometimes people follow me in the mall, and I want to stop them and say, why are you following me? I'm Irish. I don't understand this. Why are you? Sometimes when I get pulled over on the way home, driving the speed limit, being very careful, looking both ways, but on the way to my neighborhood, I'm pulled over by the police, and I'm asked why I'm there, and I want to say, I'm Irish. I mean, there's all kinds of Irish people and Irish-looking people that live here. I don't know why you'd pull me over or follow me. Once I was mowing my lawn, and a guy was running for city council, and he came up to me and he said, "Excuse me, sir." I said, "Yes." He said, "Is the owner of this house home?" And I said, "I don't know. Let's go see." And we went up to the front door and we rang the doorbell, and then I turned around and said, "It's me. You're probably not going to get my vote, but it was sure nice to meet you." Race is a matrix. It's a man-made, socialized structure that, based on what's on you, determines how smart you are or aren't, how fast you are, if you can clap on beat, if you can be entrepreneurial, if you can be innovative, if you can be catalytic, whether you will celebrate when you score a touchdown or act like you've been there before. This is all based on what is on us, not what is in us. This is race. Race is not biblical. Race is not a design from God. This is a man-made structure, and as long as we are in the prison, as long as we are incarcerated to the socialized matrix known as race, we will always be trapped by this group is smarter, this group is faster, this group has rhythm, this group doesn't, that group will be great at math and science, that group won't. This group could be a CEO. Maybe that person could be a CEO if they start acting like the person in this group. And so here we are, imprisoned in this matrix. You know, it has been proclaimed recently in this nation that Black lives matter. And the response has been, well, all lives matter. But do we really matter when we are imprisoned in a socialized, man-made matrix that is already predetermined who is better, who is lesser than? I agree. All lives matter to God. That's not the problem. The problem is we are in a broken, upside-down world. We are in a sinful, sinister, divided, dysfunctional world where all lives don't value the same. And as long as we're in prison to race, we will never find the solution to this.